Hello ladies and gentlemen, we have a special video out today. I'm sorry for not getting this out. It's been a pain in the ass lately, but we're here now. And with GTA 6 being in Vice City, it feels right to go back to not just nostalgia, but my childhood. From when I was born, my dad played GTA San Andreas, but my own Grand Theft Auto experience first began with Vice City Stories. Then I followed up with GTA Vice City. So today we are going over these two amazing games that are close to my heart and talk about what these games mean to me. It may be a long video, so grab your popcorn and dive into this journey with me. Since Vice City Stories was my first GTA experience, most importantly, my true beginning to the series, it only makes sense that we start with this game. So I was about 8 or 9 years old and had gotten my first PlayStation 2. But the game itself had belonged to my dad. Because before we left for New Mexico, we saw the GTA Double Pack, which contained Vice City Stories and Liberty City Stories. And this was in our local Walmart at the time, in the gaming area, and we bought it. But back to the story. I loaded up the game, and oh my god, I just fell in love with the Vice City theme. Let's listen to it real quick. Game went through the loading screen, and after that I heard "I Wanna Know What Love Is" when the army truck arrives at the base, and I automatically fell in love with the soundtrack. Now I can't play the actual song into the mission, but here's my reaction of me just treating it like it was karaoke night. In my life there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I could face it again. Can't stop now, I've traveled so far to change this lonely life. I wanna know what love is, and I want you to show me. Oh boy, the music experience just got better over the course of my first experience with the game. Going through the military missions, I saw Jerry Martinez and heard why Victor wanted to join the army. And back then I could understand. Vic was a real relatable character. Then, Vic got kicked out of the army in the third mission of the game. Then there is Phil Cassidy, played by Gary Busey. I honestly like some of Gary Busey's films, and one of my favorite films he did was Point Break. a guy with a drinking problem, but he became one of my favorite characters. I will bring up the infamous mission, Boomshine Blowout, and I didn't struggle with it, but there were a bunch of close calls. We later meet Marty J. Williams, and right out of the gate, I hated his guts because of how he treats his own wife, who will leave him in the next mission. So many of these missions were actually easy during my first experience, but I did have a hard time with the mission from Zero to Hero. I struggled to get over the bridge back then, but learned how to beat it after 4 tries. The missions moving forward were easy, for the most part, until the Mendez missions, and let me tell you, during my first experience, the last 2 Mendez missions were absolute hell, but got over it after 15 tries, each that is. And then after that, the missions went back to easy for me, all the way until the infamous mission, Light My Pyre. During my first experience, it made me absolutely rage, because of Lance always getting shot, as well as how annoying the Mendez gang are. Not to mention, when you actually get to the mansion, everyone has AK-47s and SMGs. Then Armando himself has a freaking flamethrower, which, if it wasn't for the M16 or even the M249, I would swallow my pride and enter a cheat code. But I stuck to my guns, which was the M16. Now, I haven't mentioned this yet, but Phil Collins is in this game, and that was awesome. You meet Phil through Rennie Wolselmeyer, a weird, freaky film artist. But Phil's manager is in debt to a guy named Giorgio, which we will bring up later on in this lengthy video. But the missions for Phil is where the game shines, especially the mission that ends his role within the storyline, which, you guessed it, it's In the Air Tonight, where Phil Collins performs the song In the Air Tonight, which is one of his best songs. Now, I have never failed the mission before, but I know it can be hard for new players due to not having any weapons, as well as the guards who attempt to cut the rig. Now, this mission is before Light My Pyre, but I consider it the best mission in the series, even now. Moving forward, we get to the last 3 missions with Ricardo Diaz. Now, in this game, he does have a huge role, but the reason I haven't brought him up till now is because Diaz is a complicated character. But most importantly, I really do recommend playing this game. Getting through the missions leading up to the finale was a blast. Then the final mission. I love this mission as well, but honestly I rank this mission in the top 20 favorite missions in all of GTA. If you want me to make a video on that, then say something in the comments. In the final mission we have to go after Diego Mendez, and then Martinez appears midway through the mission to finish things. After that, Victor goes to the roof, where Martinez says this.
10 hut! Ha ha! Vic! I swear to God, I thought you were gonna salute me! Toss the gun!
Fuck you!
Vic, still so uptight. You know what your problem is? You're trying to be the good guy in a bad man's game!
They're finished, and the game is completed. But the ending really foreshadows the next game we will review. To sum up Vice City Stories, it's the most underrated Grand Theft Auto game of all time, and should have been remastered or even ported to recent consoles. People actually wonder why Rockstar Games haven't given this game as much love as other titles, and the answer is greed, and a few other things with the game that wouldn't fly today. Plus the 15% of the music within the game. And one reason I believe that they haven't remastered the game is because there are a lot of portions of the game that involve the Confederacy, as well as some disturbing dialogue from Marty J. Williams earlier on in the game. I will always love this game and cherish the fun moments with it. And I hope maybe someday down the line that there could be a possible remaster with it, because all the people say that these games deserve a remake and whatnot. I 100% disagree. Well, I disagree for all of them, except for Liberty City Stories. That I would agree and greenlight the remake, because I didn't fully care for. It just was lacking in my opinion. I still like to play it here and there, but I thought it was lacking. But yeah, I hope that this game can be played for generations to come, and we still got one more game that takes place in Vice City to go over, so let's do it. Now we enter the memories of my first experience playing GTA Vice City. I played this game after I had finished Vice City Stories for the very first time. I looked at the case and had a feeling that this game was either close or a year after Vice City Stories. So, I started the game up, and damn! Let's take a second for this nostalgic PS2 game. We enter the very first cutscene where we meet mob boss Sonny Forelli, and they talk about Tommy getting out of prison. Then there is a transition to the Escobar International Airport where we see a young Ken Rosenberg taking Tommy, Harry, and Lee to a drug meet. Now I played this game, I was still young, but I heard Ken talk about the two guys being brothers, and I immediately figured out that they were Victor and Lance Vance. The drug meet happens, and we see a different look of Vic, as well as a different voice actor. Now, as a side note, I remembered so many people spreading rumors that the person with Lance was actually Pete, but I remembered countless times how in VCS they mentioned that Pete has asthma, which automatically should have stopped the rumors. And when I first played, I had a gut feeling that it was Victor. But anyways, the deal goes south, and the only people to make it out alive is Tommy, Rosenberg, and Lance Vance. I will be open in saying that I was really pissed off on how they killed Victor Vance, because I liked his character, but I had to give the game a pass simply because the game came out in 2002, which was before Vice City Stories had released. Anyways, Ken and Tommy stopped at Ken's office. Now when I got on the scooter, Billie Jean played, and damn, that had totally fit the Vice City vibe. And this is my reaction when the tune played.
Be careful what you do, or don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. And Mama always told me, be careful who you love. Be careful what you do, before the lie becomes the truth. Oh, hey, Billie Jean is not my love, but yeah, she's just a girl who claims that I am the one, but the kid is not my son.
Real quick, I will mention that the original OG disc version of the game is hard to find, because it plays Michael Jackson songs and a Lionel Richie song, and there's dialogue in some of the missions that are completely different, because when this game dropped, initially, the first version, there was a lot of controversial things with Haitians and whatnot, so And version 2 and 3, they took that out. They also took some songs out as well. So if you want to find this version that has all the uncut stuff, what you want to do is look here on the back. And if the code says 710-425-27145-8, that's the original first disc version. If it has like a greatest hits on here, or if on the back instead of this barcode it says part of the double pack, then you don't get the right version. But I wanted to let you guys know about that real quick. Anyways, we get to the Ocean View Hotel and we have to call Sunny. So let's watch that scene and then we'll talk about my experience with it afterwards.
Hello, Sonny.
Tommy! Tommy, it's been too long. I know. You're just overwhelmed with emotion. 15 years.
Seems like only yesterday. I guess that's a perspective thing.
Hey, doing time for the family is no piece of cake, but the family looks after its own, okay? So how'd the deal go down? You sitting on some white gold?
Look, Sonny, we were set up. The deal was an ambush. Harry and Lee are dead.
You better be kidding me, Tommy! Tell me you still got the money.
No, Sonny. I don't have the money.
That was my money, Tommy! My money! You better not be screwing me, Tommy, because you know I'm not a man to be screwed with.
Wait, Sonny. You have my personal assurance that I'm going to get you your money back and the drugs, and I'm going to mail you the dicks of those responsible.
Hey, I already know that. You're not a fool, Tommy, but I warn you. Neither am I. If it was anybody else, you'd be dead already. But because it's you, because we got history, I'm going to let you handle this.
Look, Sonny, you got my word.
I'll be in touch.
What threw me off in the cutscene is that Sunny had both money and drugs, which gave me a hint that we were double-crossed somehow. And we see Tommy is very angry. So we went back to see Ken Rosenberg to try and get some answers. And after that little scene, we go to Raphael's to change into a suit.
Nice bike.
Then we meet Colonel Juan Garcia Cortez, who is mentioned on a few occasions in Vice City stories. We also meet Mercedes Cortez, the love interest, kinda. From what I remember, like during the development of the game, she was supposed to be like our girlfriend, but it was like scrapped early to mid-development, and the girlfriend feature that we all know of was actually implemented in for San Andreas instead of Vice City. So I always thought that was interesting, but weird at the same time. After that, we go back to Rosenberg's office to find out that we needed to go to the Malibu Club. And I remembered the name Kent Paul from when my dad used to play San Andreas when I was younger. And although the name at the time sounded really familiar, I just didn't know much really about his character or anything. But anyways, once we go take out Leo Teal, we see Lance Vance, which, after playing Vice City Stories, I was happy to see him. And once he gave us a simple tutorial about weapons, I was happy. Then at the end he said this, let's listen.
I'm gonna go see what I can dig up. I'll be watching you, Tommy.
At the time, I didn't pay too much attention to what Lance said, but now it does make things a lot more interesting later on in the story, especially if you have never played GTA Vice City before. For most of my time playing the missions in the game, it wasn't bad, but we went to Cortez telling us to help out Ricardo Diaz. Let's play the cutscene.
Tomas, I appreciate your coming. Forgive me for getting straight to business. Diaz has asked me to oversee a minor business transaction.
Let's hope it goes better than last time.
Which is why I thought of you, my friend. I've dropped some protection at the multi-story car park. Pick it up, then go and watch over Diaz's men at the drop-off. Gracias, amigo.
Diaz, huh? Apparently that angry midget runs this madhouse. Let's see what that creep has to do with things.
Now in this mission, I found it odd that Lance appeared just to help us defend Ricardo and then suddenly disappeared right after the mission. Like, what's up with that? To fast forward this experience, we are going to talk about the mission where Diaz dies. This is one of the missions where people have thought that Diaz was the one that had Victor Vance killed, with Leo Teal being the proof of that betrayal. But Diaz was a scapegoat. I talked about his rise and downfall in my character analysis video that featured official Joey C, which you can check at the top of that video, on the top of this video, and in the description down below. After Ricardo's death, you can see how Vice City took inspiration from Scarface. Near the end of the game, Sonny starts to go after Versetti's business, which ultimately failed. So before we talk about my final experience with the last mission, let's see that great cutscene first.
What's going on?
Tommy! Oh, good. Listen. I like fish. I love fish. I love them as pets in bowls, or as food on a plate, but as much as I love them, I don't want to sleep with them, okay? But right now, your Italian brothers are coming from up there to fit me with some cement shoes, and I...
Shut up, Ken! Sit down. Lance, what the hell's going on?
It's your friends up north, Tommy. They ain't too happy you capped their man. They're coming down to see the business today.
They took longer than I thought. Guys, we gotta make this final. We gotta leave no doubt that this is my operation. Mine! Ken, you get the first run of counterfeit cash and put 20 mil in briefcases. Lance, you get the guys together.
Tommy! What? No big hugs for your old buddy?
I've had 15 years out of the loop. I'm a bit rusty on family etiquette.
Oh, he's angry, huh, Tommy? Didn't I say your temper would get you into trouble, huh?
There's 3 mil in the cases.
How many was it? 10? No, 11 men. That's how you get to be called the Howard Butcher.
You sent me to kill one man. One man! They knew I was coming, Sonny.
Tommy, watch your tone. Anyone would think you blame me for that unfortunate set of circumstances.
Just take the money.
Get the damn cash. You know, Tommy, I did what I could for you. I pulled strings, called in favors. I was your friend, Tommy. I hoped you'd see sense, see what's good for business. I trusted you, Tommy, and you disappointed me. But at least someone in your chicken shit organization knows how to do business. Isn't that right, Lance?
Sorry, Tommy. This is Vice City. This is business.
You sold us out.
No, I sold you out, Tommy. I sold you out. The real cash is upstairs in the safe.
So, Tommy, what was the big plan? You think I just take the fake cash, save face, and run away with my tail between my legs?
No. I just wanted to piss you off before I kill you.
We get to the final mission, and since this was my first time playing this game, I really struggled with this. I failed the mission 8 consecutive times. On my 7th try, I got really close to taking out Sonny Forelli, but I had just messed up because I didn't get health or anything at the time. I only had like 25 hit points left on my health and died. But on my 8th try, I was able to beat it. And I don't know if it was because, you know, I found the right set of weapons to get the job done, or if I just had the determination to say that I needed to beat this thing. But we were able to do it, and damn man, it felt good. And I was happy too. But in this mission, we also had figured out that Lance betrayed Tommy, which for the first time I was really shocked. But after countless times of playing that, as well as remembering the story from Vice City stories, I was able to put the pieces together very quickly. I'm gonna go ahead and just say it. I love these two games, both for their great taste in music, the way that Vice City shines bright, and how they both focus on a criminal empire. Now, although Vice City Stories does it a little bit better, you still can see it in Vice City. But Vice City Stories is one game that's very close to my heart, and yet so underrated. You know, for Vice City, because you got the 3D part, and then the definitive edition, or what other people call the defective edition. I was initially, during my pre-writing, I was going to say that I liked the definitive edition just a little bit more, because of how vibrant and beautiful Vice City looks, and, you know, the camera control, as well as some of the shooting stuff, which, given modders came up with it first, I'm just glad that, you know, with it, you could actually just do this stuff on console without being stuck in first person or having to break your own game just to have this little stuff added to it. But now I love both the definitive edition and 3D counterparts equally, because they're both Vice City and they're both decent in their own right. I mean, the 3D counterpart is great, and the definitive edition, in my opinion, it's good. Better than San Andreas defective edition. Now, with the upcoming GTA game being GTA 6, it's going to be interesting. But I'm really excited, but also extremely concerned, because this is a make or break game for the company. And as amazing as the trailer was, and believe me, it was fantastic, this game doesn't need to be subjected to heists like Grand Theft Auto 5. One or two heists in it, I'm okay with, because, you know, other Grand Theft Auto games have done that. But if they, like, have it all be heists and whatnot, it's going to ruin the game. Another thing that I also want to throw in here is if they add another GTA Online cash grab. I think that that will really kill the game a lot, big time. And that's because by the time as long as GTA Online has been out and is still out, it has split and cut the fan base right down the center. And, you know, a lot of GTA Online players now, they complain about, GTA Plus and all this stuff, when they are almost naive enough to realize that they've brought that GTA Plus microtransaction paywall thing on themselves, and it's hurting, you know, true fans as well, because before you know it, they'll do what EA Sports is doing with their Madden shit, and they'll put that stuff all in paywalls, and you'll see stuff on screens of, like, ads of just, like, buy a shark card, oh no, buy GTA Plus, do this, do that. So I am just really worried for when 6 comes out. I hope to dear freaking God we don't get GTA Online Part 2 or a freaking whole heist adventure bullshit, in my opinion. If you possibly want me to do a top 10 video of things that I want in 6 as well as don't want, definitely say something down there in the comment section. I read the comments every chance I get, and would just like your feedback. But, you know, wanted to let you guys know and just say, you know, thanks for watching this video. If you possibly have liked the video, maybe consider liking and possibly subscribing to the channel for more. Before I go, I do want to make a important announcement. I would do this in a separate video, but I'm under a lot of time constraints, and I might actually recap later on. But we're going to be using a different video making and streaming platform for my PS2 playthroughs and whatnot for a little bit. What I'm going to be using is Streamlabs and OBS, mostly because my StreamYard thing expired a couple of days ago, and to renew it, it's $50, and at the moment I don't got the $50, because I have an aunt right now who is very sick, very ill. From what I have learned from my aunt and whatnot, other aunts within the family, is that that my main aunt, who is sick, is currently possibly having issues with her liver or her blood sugar, because she does have and suffer from diabetes. So we're trying our best as a family to help, other people within the family out and all that stuff. But if you guys could work with me on the videos and whatnot, give me feedback and be like, is this too loud? Is this overpowering? What? All that stuff. I would greatly appreciate, because I'm not familiar with OBS or anything. I don't know how it works. None of that stuff. I've just been going off of YouTube videos and rewatching some of Official Joey C's older live streams to kind of get an idea on some of the stuff here just a little bit. But just kind of wanted to let you guys know what was going on with all of that. But again, thank you for watching this and just supporting me. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And if you don't see this part, I'm probably going to recap it during our channel update here in a couple of days. So I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Have a great day, everyone.